If you've stepped inside a store recently or gone looking for new clothing on any of your favorite retailers' websites right now, you've all seen the same thing. It's 100 degrees outside, quite literally where I am in San Antonio, Texas, and all the retailers and brands are trying to sell us heavy winter coats, wool sweaters, and tall boots. There is definitely a temptation to panic buy and get a whole new fall wardrobe. But before you do that, let's hit pause and talk about how to prepare to transition from summer to fall. Welcome back to my channel. Before you spend another dollar on fall fashion, let's do a late summer closet edit. This isn't gonna be a stressful, throw everything on your bed, decluttering kind of thing. That is not how I work. This is going to be a strategic 4-step audit. We're gonna look at what you already have, what needs to be prepped for the fall, a look at your gap list so you know what you actually do have, and the pieces you can wear now transitioning into fall. This way you don't end up with 5 versions of the same sweater that you have nothing to wear with it. Let's start off with step 1, identifying the bridge pieces. These are the pieces you can start rolling into your wardrobe now and will bridge into the next season and still be wearable in fall when it cools down. I am not suggesting that you pack away your entire summer wardrobe. Obviously, like I said, where I am, it's 100 degrees. We still need those pieces, so we're not packing them away just yet. But what I really want you to do is identify the pieces that maybe you aren't reaching for, but will serve you best, and put those towards the front of your closet. What we're looking for here are the basics. These are pieces to be worn on their own and then layered under cardigans, jackets, blazers, stuff like that as it gets colder. Enough of me talking and waving my hands around. Let's look at some of the things I have put on this beautiful rack for you. And I know I'm gonna get questions about where to find the links or where to find this specifically, so don't you worry, I've got you covered. If you look at the text underneath me as I'm talking to you right now, that's known as the description box. You can find the links there. If you go to where you leave a comment, there's gonna be a comment at the very top of that section. It's pinned. That one's from me, and it is the description box with all the links. And then they should also pop up down here on a shopping bag icon and also as photo icons. So lots of places to find the links, but if you can't find something, do not worry, I understand. It is confusing, just ask me and I'll get them to you. So I will actually link this rolling rack that comes with shelves. I've had it for years and I love it. That is not the point. Let's talk about those basics. So I pulled a few things. Basic tees. A basic white tee, you choose the neckline you like the most. I think a V-neck is the most flattering on all the body types, so this is what I'm reaching for. This one is a cotton modal blend. It's very lightweight, it's very drapey. See the movement? That's what I'm talking about when I say drapey. It works well with anything you're gonna wear now. And then I really like this V-neck design, silhouette. Neckline, that's the word, phrase. Neckline underneath a blazer jacket later, when or if summer ever leaves us. Another one I like is if you're gonna go with a crew neck style like this one, it's a little boxier. It's not cropped, but it's not long and oversized. If you can see here, it hits me right at my hip bones, so it's a great cutting off point. And then as we're moving into more neutral colors, maybe not a stark white, maybe an off-white. This is a silk shirt. It's a really easy, good fabric to wear in warm weather. It breathes, it's a natural fabric, but also wears very well as temperatures cool down. This is probably my most reached for tank in summer and fall and winter, as well as a layering piece. Why? Because it's an oatmeal color. It's just a little less harsh than the white. It's a softer look. And this is more of an autumnal tone that brings to mind fall weather. I joke all the time that here in South Central Texas, we have our spring colored tank tops, our summer tank tops. This would be more of a fall colored tank top. I've raved about this. I have it in the long sleeve and in the tank version. This is a cotton slub sweater, a beach tank, if you will. Again, in a more neutral off-white tone. And if these colors don't work for you, find colors that do. Not bright pink, perhaps it is a bright white, perhaps it's a navy or a gray tone, but something that's neutral that you can mix and match with all the things that you already have in your closet and all the things you plan on bringing into your closet. Because if it doesn't work with what you have in the closet, then don't bring it home. And then here's another top. I think we all know by now my love for the Quince Cotton Cashmere Blend Dolman sleeve sweater. The cotton cashmere means you wear it year round on its own, spring, summer, early fall, and then tucked or layered under things Another great staple that you want to pull forward are easy to put on pants. We will talk about what you're not going to be reaching for, but right now we're focusing on the positive. So while most of your pull-on pants this time of year are probably a linen or a linen blend, 100% cotton, like a cotton gauze, still works when you move into fall or this transition season we're just about to hit when you go for the darker colors. And so these work really well. And I just want you to note, I pulled these straight from my closet. I didn't steam any of this. This is just real life. I never steam things or iron things when I launder them. I just wait until the day I'm gonna wear them or the night before if I'm really on the ball, and that's when I will steam them. So if you notice all these things look a bit wrinkled, it's because that's how they live in my closet. Another pair of great pants. These are particularly autumnal tone, an olive tone, fantastic. These pants are cotton, and so they're lightweight. It's a breathable fabric. And if you pair them, say, with this tank, it's still very appropriate for summer, but you're getting those fall vibes. Another great pant, I just got these. I haven't even taken the tag off yet. These are from J. Crew Factory. These, I think, are 100% cotton. Let's look. Okay, these are a cotton linen viscose blend, mostly cotton. So I'm gonna say keep on wearing these into the fall. You can obviously wear them now in that blend, but I chose them in this chocolate brown color because then I can start bringing in those fall tones. I am so ready for fall. I know we're weeks away, but I'm ready. And then let's talk about denim. So at this point, the heavier, more traditional denim is probably not gonna work for you, but the transitional pieces, like this is really chambray tencel. This is a jogger style. It's a newer one from Travis Matthews, and every time they release a version of these pants, I grab them. They are so easy to wear. They're a drawstring, they're lightweight, they've got the pockets. I do like the jogger style, especially if you're traveling, so then when you have to go to the bathroom, your pants don't pool onto the floor. Another one we've all been hearing about, I've been raving about, the sweatpant jean. This is the season. This is the time of year for the sweatpant jeans. They don't have to be the rag and bone style. I do have them. They're lovely. I get the hype. I loved them when I could get them on sale, particularly. These are another brand that are not quite as expensive, but these are fantastic because they give you the look of a jean, and if the temperatures are a little cooler, your legs are covered, but they're still very lightweight, and I wear these now, even when it's in the 90s. And then let's not forget a go-to all summer long and then for transitioning, and that is a midi or a maxi skirt. I prefer a maxi skirt. I think the midis tend to cut me off in a very awkward place. And so silk is fantastic. It's a year-round fabric, and I have this particular skirt in lots of colors. These are a little more autumnal, say, than some of the other ones. They are a pull-on style, very comfortable. I have this skirt in the bright white, which is not what I'm gonna be reaching for as we move into fall. This one, while it's still a pastel, it has the navy running through it. So if I pair this with navy on top to emphasize that, this works really well. I'm not saying once fall comes, you've got to put away your bright, happy colors, but it's the time to embrace the darker, earthier ones too. So I like changing up the color scheme a little bit every season. And then this is sort of a, here's what works for spring and summer, this beautiful pastel balloon skirt. This comes in other colors. I would happily order another one for fall in the navy or the black, or if it comes in a brown, or even there's a chartreuse that leans a little more into the fall tones. That would work really well also. And if you've watched me for a while through the seasons, then you know I love a chambray shirt. It's lightweight. The tencel ones in particular are my favorite because they're a great layering piece for now in the summer, especially if you're going inside and the air conditioning is very aggressive. Then as we move into fall, this is another staple that looks great paired with any of the pieces that I just showed you here. So all of those pieces that I just shared with you, you could absolutely wear now, and they will transition very easily into fall paired with heavier, warmer fabrics. Now on to step 2, where we are going to pack away, let's call it the high summer pieces. And this is gonna depend kind of on the timing of where you live. So if you live farther up north and the temperatures are gonna drop maybe in mid to late August, that's when you can start putting things away. For those of us that live in the South, where there is no difference from August to September, sometimes it even gets hotter, I would say aim for Labor Day as sort of the unofficial start to fall, where you swap out the stuff that just screams it is summer. And this is one of those categories where it's kind of like you know it when you see it. It's sort of hard to describe. I will try. So things like this dress that I have been wearing all summer long. I don't even know if I've ever shared this outside of my newsletter. It's linen, it's gauzy, it's floral. This is a beach type dress or a very high summer dress. It's very obvious that this is something I wouldn't wear in the fall. A lot of my dresses are gonna get packed up. This was more of a spring dress, but look at all the eyelet and the flouncing here. This is very much a spring summer look. This will go into storage. White can absolutely be worn after Labor Day. You just kind of have to look at how it's styled. And with all the tiers and the ruffles and the flounces, this looks like more of a spring summer piece. So that will be going bye-bye. This is another one where it's the obvious linen piece. This is going to say adios after Labor Day for me. But remember, these are not rules. These are all suggestions. There's no real fashion police. A couple other obvious pieces. The green, great color for year round. It's the eyelet features here that for me say, let's put this one away and wait till next spring. And then I don't regret buying these. I do wear them. It's just they're linen and they're bright pink. So I can't even sort of like move them into fall. This is very much a spring, summer kind of look. I love them. They just don't work moving into fall. A reason why it's really helpful to pull stuff like that and put it into another closet, pack it up and put it into under the bed box, somehow visually get it out of your line of sight in the closet is once you move those away from your line of sight, then you can see what you still have and what you can work with. How many times have you been going through your closet, maybe just to declutter, and you find a great top or an amazing pair of pants that you completely forgot that you had? It probably still has the tags on it because it got smushed in with all the other things. So removing the high summer obvious pieces, even if it's just to rotate them to the back of your closet, will help you see what you have to work with going into the next season. And one thing to do before you put any of this in storage or move it to the back of your closet is to look at each piece and first of all ask yourself, have I worn this at all this year or even last year? And if the answer is no, it is time to donate it. Then look over each piece that you do decide to keep. Make sure it's free of stains, maybe launder it one more time. And if you notice that there's any obvious alterations, maybe you haven't worn it in a little bit because it's missing a button and you never dealt with it, or it needs to be hemmed, immediately take it, put it in a bag, and leave that bag by the door you use to get to your car, back door, front door, whatever it is, so that you know to put it in your car and take it to your tailor to get it dealt with immediately. So it's not something a year later you then go, oh man, I forgot, and you're gonna keep forgetting, and the piece is never gonna get worn and it'll be useless. And notice I did not say take it to your dry cleaners. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I haven't gone to the dry cleaners in a very long time, unless the garment is something very special and delicate. This is what my husband and I use at home. It is an at-home dry cleaning kit. It's by Dryel, and it's a cloth, and you put it in the dryer with, I think it's up to 4 or 5 pieces, and you just run the dryer for 20 minutes on medium, take the stuff out, voila, dry cleaned. So much more efficient, easier, and far cheaper than taking your pieces to the dry cleaners. We are on to step 3 already, and this one is super easy. The cheapest fall fashion is the fall fashion that you already have. So you've moved your transition pieces to the front of the closet, you've taken your high summer pieces and either put them into another location or move them to the back of your closet. And now we're gonna look over what you actually have. Specifically, I want you to look at your staples, the stuff that you wear all the time in solids or a very subtle pattern that you pair with lots of other things. I'm talking about your go-to sweaters, your cardigans, your blazers. Look at your denim, look at your shoes and your handbags too. Those are important. And in case you didn't do the end of step 2, which was repair and refresh everything, now is the time to do it for your sweaters. All sweaters, especially, not all sweaters, but all sweaters that are made from natural fibers will pill to some extent, some more than others. If you didn't do it at the end of last season, get your, what do we call this, fabric shaver out. This is the one from Conair. I use this on all kinds of fabric, not just my sweaters. I use this I'm looking around my family room, on decorative pillows, on throw blankets, you name it. There's something very therapeutic about running this over the fabric, and then all the fuzz collects in here. It's just, I love it. it's kind of like a Zen meditation thing. Instead of the rock garden with the sand, use your fabric shaver. Get all those sweaters ready to go. Look over your leather items, your shoes, like your loafers. Those are huge every fall. Your leather handbags, even your suede handbags and shoes. Are they stained? Do they need to be cleaned? I would recommend to you a specific leather wipe to do this. I don't have a specific recommendation. This is where I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you have a rec for a good shoe cleaning kit or leather wipes, which are a lot easier to use on your shoes and your leather handbags, please let us all know in the comments, brand names, links if possible. And if you missed doing this at the end of the season last year, any buttons that are missing, any hemming that needs to get done, get it done now. So when it finally does get cool enough to wear those things, they are ready to go. We are on to step 4. This one is my favorite. This is compiling your gap list. And what I mean by that is now that you've looked over everything that you have, everything that you like, what are you missing? Let's actually create a shopping list. And I recommend doing this on your phone. Put it in the Notes app. So when you're out and about shopping, or I recommend not doing that and just shopping online on your phone, perhaps you have that list handy. So I can't tell you what you specifically need because I am not in your closet. I know a few things on my list. I really need a pair of dark wash jeans that are a straight or slightly wider leg that go all the way down to the ground. I'm not looking for cropped. I want something that's more of a dressy casual vibe in a dark wash, not black, but a deep navy, but I do want contrasting stitching. I have a few jeans in mind. We'll see what shows up. I also know that I want a chocolate brown and a more warm tone brown wider suede belt that fits around my waist. I can see myself wearing a few of my summery dresses, a lot of my fall dresses with a belt around it. Very similar to how I'm wearing this belt here. And don't worry, with all the links, I also link my makeup, my earrings, whatever you can see me wearing is also put in the description box, in the pinned comment, and all the usual places. I try to remember to list all the things. There are a couple of shoe styles I am still looking for. A couple pairs of loafers in maybe not brown tones. I have a lot of brown tone things. Maybe let's try an olive or a different pop of color for the shoes. And I'm also on the hunt for some new fall handbags. Again, in those chocolatey brown suede shades, or maybe a maroon, a burgundy. Those are things I'm kind of waiting to see what hits the retailers' websites before I panic buy and say snatch something up in the Nordstrom anniversary sale that doesn't really fit what I'm looking for. Like I did with that All Saints bag that I ended up realizing was not for me and returned. So now that we've gone through our 4 steps, we have identified our transition pieces, we have identified the pieces that need to get put to the back of the closet, we've looked at what we have, we've prepped it, and we've got a list, right? We don't have the list. So that's your homework. Your homework for this week is to start working through those things. Take 30 minutes out of your time, look through your closet, bring those transition pieces to the front, start working on your gap list, get it on your phone. And if you've gotten to this point and you're like, that's all well and good, but how do I put this together? How do I make some outfits that are perfect for the summer to fall transition time? Do not worry, I am here for you. And later this month, I'm gonna do a specific outfit video and give you very concrete ideas on what to put together for this tricky shoulder season, if you will, including outfits like this. I will pop in a picture of what I am wearing today. It is a perfect outfit to transition from summer to fall. I'm wearing it in the summer iteration right now. For fall, I might switch it out to a suede belt and some suede boots, or stick with this belt and coordinating leather boots, maybe throw a cardigan over this and belt the cardigan over that. But as you can see, this base layer, especially a chambray or a denim, works really well into bridging that season. So, okay, my friends, you have your homework. I've teased you with one outfit idea. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today in my family room. I hope that you had fun. You have homework, get to it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.